So just conducting my first cutting tests on my B1 30-watt laser module, doing the air assist tests. So that's what I'm using.
Hello, Andy here from Flip My Switch Laser. Thank you for joining me on this short matrix test. If you're new here, you're very welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for your support. I'm just showing on the screen very briefly the tests that I've carried out on 3mm MDF, showing you the parts that I've swapped out or removed totally to try and make our B1 24-volt air assist pump better. You will see throughout the video there is some improvement, and at the end I talk about in detail how easy it is to get this additional air assist for very little money. Anyways, I'll let you see the rest of the video. Well, thank you for making it to the end of my video. So what can we conclude from the tests that I've done? Well, the easiest thing to do is replace your black 4mm inside diameter 6mm outside diameter tube with 6mm inside diameter 8mm outside diameter, and connect that to your air pump, removing the brass nozzle on the front of the air pump, running the tube around through your laser frame, and then using a short bit of your standard black tube to convert it to the standard elbow, and that will give you a benefit. Because let's look at the matrix on the screen. So what we can see here is we have gained a 40% power box, and we've gained some 100% power boxes. Now you've got to take these matrix tests with a pinch of salt. Let's look at the one on the right hand side, so test number 3. What you do not want to do is, let's say the maximum we've got is 100 power at 800 speed. We do not want to be cutting our jobs at that, because that is our near maximum. If there's any anomalies in the wood, in this case MDF, if there's a thicker bit of glue, I mean, wood is, well, I'm talking about MDF. I was going to say wood is a natural material. MDF is not a natural material, but let's talk about plywood. Plywood is layers of wood all glued together. So you could get knots in the wood inside the ply. You could get thicker bits of glue inside the ply. So you never take the maximum of the matrix there. So I always come down at least 2 boxes. So let me look on the screen there. I would be coming, well, I run mine at 90%. So I would be at 90% power, between 650 speed, possibly 700, but more likely 650 to be safe, because you want to ensure that any job you do, you've got a little bit of margin on the power. As long as the wood is not charring and you get the surface finish that you want, that's the power. So never take the maximum boxes on the matrix test. The other thing is, these boxes are only 5mm square. So as you may know, or those that you do not know if you're new to lasering, the laser, like a car, it starts on 0, it travels to a speed, and then it gets to a corner, it needs to slow down, turn a corner, and speed back up again. So what happens is your laser starts here and it gradually ramps up. It will get to its set speed. So it's now going to get its set speed. So let's say we are 650. So it will travel along the line at 650. As it gets to a corner, then it needs to ramp down and start slowing down. So on a 5mm box, that isn't enough length for your laser to go from 0 to 650 millimeters per minute, burn the job, get to the corner, slow down again. Where when you burn a proper job, let's say you've got lines at 100mm long, for argument's sake, your laser will start the job. It will ramp up to 650 in a short distance. Let's say within 10 mil, it's reached your set speed, and then it will travel along for 80 millimeters of that line at the speed you've commanded it to. Then it's got to do, say, a 90-degree corner, so that it will slow down to a certain degree, turn the corner, then coming back this way, it will ramp back up again, travel along at 650 till it gets to another corner, and then slow down again. So that's the other reason you don't take the maximum boxes, because this test doesn't allow for the laser to get to the proper speed. If we did these tests again, but if we use, say, a 50 mil box, we may get different results. And that's why you would never, looking at the right hand box here, we would never run our 3 mil MDF at 100 power, 800 millimeters a minute speed, because that's its maximum. Okay, those boxes at the top were slightly pushed out. The ones lower down, they would the pieces would fall out, and that means you've got a perfect burn and your waste material has dropped out. Where the ones near the top, I tried to use the same force on any box that I was pushing out. I didn't push hard to try and give a standard test throughout the things I was trying. So things to take away from this video, I hope, is that you can do a very cheap upgrade on your B1 air pump by removing the nozzle, getting a 6 mil inside diameter, 8 mil outside diameter, screwing it into the front, and then using the standard black tube to convert it into your standard elbow, and that will get you going. There was no real benefit in having that new brass nozzle going straight into the cone at the bottom of the module. What else can I tell you about the test? Yeah, I think that's it. So the test was very much similar to the 240 volt pump that I have on my Ray 5, but there has been an improvement on this B1 24 volt pump. So you are getting something for almost nothing. It will cost you some silicon tubing. Now, whether you can get that from your local hardware store, online somewhere, or a big box store, I'm not sure. I think I bought mine online, probably from AliExpress. I really don't remember. But so you remember the analogy that I gave you about, if you open your garden tap before you put the hose on, you get loads of water coming out. You put 100-meter length of hose on it, you go down to water your vegetables, and you're having to squeeze the hose to spray the water out. You've lost pressure. It's all about resistance. It's the same thing with air. Air going through a tube is resistant. Anyway, that's Andy. Wishing you a great afternoon as ever. Continue to make some safe, happy smoke, and hopefully you'll join me in my next video. Cheers for now. Thank you for making it to the end of my videos, much appreciated. If you like what I'm doing and I've earned your trust and respect, perhaps you would consider subscribing. If you leave a comment, I will answer them as well. And if you give me a thumbs up, it will put a smile on my face. Perhaps you would like some of the videos popping up now. See you in the next one. Thank you for making it to the end of my videos, much appreciated. If you like what I'm doing and I've earned your trust and respect, perhaps you would consider subscribing. If you leave a comment, I will answer them as well. And if you give me a thumbs up, it will put a smile on my face. Perhaps you would like some of the videos popping up now. See you in the next one.